I'm excited to read it because I feel like it'll bring it down to the nuts and bolts. Steve's great, and so I'm looking forward to hearing him again.
You know, this talk is about this process called business model design and customer development. But in reality, I kind of think it's about how to fail less. And so what I want to do is, how many of you want to start a company? Anybody? Okay, yeah. And they're all sitting up front. You could always tell the entrepreneurs get the best seats, right? So the problem is, though, as smart as you are, most startups fail. Even in Silicon Valley, it doesn't work like it in the movies. 90% of the deals that the best venture capitalists fund in Silicon Valley fail. 90%.
Pretty straightforward steps that you think you can follow, and in some ways I would say it's simple, but it's not simplistic.
But a business model are all the pieces that make up our company. Any engineers in the room? Right? So every engineer, at least like I used to believe, is, Steve, business model, business model, who cares? What's really important is my idea. It's all about the technology. It's all about, and like if I get stuck on my idea, you know what I do? I add some more features. Inside that building, you could have complete knowledge of what it is customers want. But this is how we used to do it for 50 years. What we now know is that most startups fail from a lack of customers, not from a failure of technology.
It's not about lean startup, it's about talking to customers daily. I do, but not that much, so I learn a lot, I think. Yeah.
What we really want to do is establish a set of hypotheses, guesses, about who our customer is, what our features are, what our revenue model should be, and then we want to go outside and test them. And the most likely outcome is we're going to be wrong. We're going to be wrong about something. Be wrong about the features, about who the customer segments are, about how to price it. We're going to say failure is a normal part of a startup. That's a huge idea. As instead of executing, remember that spreadsheet, the 5-year plan, and assuming the 5-year plan was given from on high, and therefore it cannot be mistaken, we're going to assume that your initial ideas are more than likely wrong.
Happened to be a lot of fun and just a great feeling of being an entrepreneur and feeling fun and excitement and not being scared of failure. And this is actually not a failure, an experience.
It was a really great seminar. I learned a lot of things. If you want to do a startup, especially at such a young age, I mean, not exactly now because I'm still an 8th grader, but probably during high school when I learn and have much more experience.
We are not going to build the entire product on day one. We're going to build something called the minimum viable product. Instead of trying to guess every possible feature these customers could want on day one, we're going to build the product a piece at a time, the smallest piece we can, and run these tests. We're going to ask them as we get out of the building, and their customers are going to give us feedback. Bob tended to be the marketing expert, so the parts of the book that's the Get, Keep, and Grow funnel, that's all Bob's work.
Steve says a lot of what seems to me common sense, but it does it in such a way and such system, such humor, and such charisma that it's absolutely irreplaceable and unique.
This guy, Steve, is amazing. He's inspired me a lot, yeah.